All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Thursday, January 11th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Went 5-3 last night with one push.
Oh, yeah, I had pretty good. No, I went 7-3.
Damn.
Went 3-7 on Tuesday, and then 7-3 on Wednesday. Had a good night last night. Puts me at 37-32 for the year. After having a good, had a good year last year. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, but starting to pick it back up a little bit. Tonight, just NBA and some college basketball, NHL, but it's been a crazy 24 hours in the sports world.
Yeah, it has.
Pete Carroll getting pushed out at Seattle, that caught me off guard. And then you had Nick Saban retire. It caught me off guard a little bit. I wasn't expecting him to retire this year. I figured another year or two. And then, of course, what everybody's been talking about pretty much all day is Bill Belichick out at New England.
Yep. And it does sound like he's, at least most people think he's going to coach again. So, I mean, the owner said it's going to be weird to see him across another sideline, so he assumes he's going to coach again. So.
Oh, yeah, I think he's going to coach again. He's only I think 14 or 15 wins away from Shula's all-time win record. So I think he's going to coach again. I think he wants to get that record.
I mean, we just heard some guys on TV talk about. And it just made me think a little bit. They talking about Philadelphia's coach and could he be on the hot seat? Do you think that could cause some coaches that wouldn't normally be on the hot seat now because of the names that are out there like a Harbaugh and now Belichick? I don't think Carroll's going to coach again. I think he's going to just be.
Well, it's all, I guess from some comments he made yesterday that he wants to coach.
So, I mean, who knows? Maybe he could end up somewhere. So, I mean, there's a lot of names out there. The guy from Tennessee, who I think is going to be a hot property. Do you think that some people that normally would have been on the hot seat this year might be on the hot seat because of some of the names that are out there?
I think you could have maybe because I mean, I think you're gonna have a lot of teams with Belichick being available. But I don't think Sirianni's on the hot seat. I think that's getting blown out of proportion. That's one thing the media does. Somebody will talk about it on TV, and it just gains steam. And hell, who knows if there's any truth to it at all inside that building. I mean, with like you were saying before the show about it's not uncommon for a team to struggle the year after they make it to a Super Bowl and lose. They lost some coordinators. Sirianni is going to have to figure that out in the offseason, but I don't think Sirianni is going to be out. But I think it could put some pressure on some of these owners with some of these coaches being available, especially I think like Belichick and Harbaugh. I think them are the main two. Carroll, because we don't know, because he's still under contract with Seattle, so that could be a little tricky on that.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting where teams end up. And who knows? Harbaugh could throw a wrench in it all and say he's staying in Michigan.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he stayed in Michigan.
I don't think he's going to.
No, I'm not saying he's going to, but I wouldn't be shocked if he did. I mean, he's got it kind of made there.
Well, I think there's a suspension coming.
Oh well, that's true. I forgot about that. That's quite possible. But the other thing, talking about Philadelphia, they end up losing 7 games after they lost that last one. They lost like 5 in a row or something. Okay, Kansas City lost 6 this year. And they lost one of their coordinators, and they had one of their worst offensive years, in the last 3 or 4 years. But they're not talking about that. What if Kansas City would have lost another game and lost 7 games? Would they be talking about that coach is going to lose his job?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It just gets blown out of proportion. Because I agree with you. They wouldn't be. I mean, if you look at the Eagles and the Chiefs season, there's not too much difference other than the Chiefs. The Eagles
there for a while.
Here in the second half have really struggled, but the Chiefs had their run too.
If you go by the first 11 games, Philadelphia was a better team against it. And then they fell off, but Kansas City's had struggles too. And that don't mean that Philadelphia could get hot in the playoffs and make it to Super Bowl games. The same thing with Kansas City. You just don't know. And I think there could be a surprise team this year, like a Cleveland or a Houston or the Rams. I mean, there's some teams that could surprise and go a long way. I don't think there's a clear cut. I mean, a lot of people think Baltimore and San Francisco, but I don't think they're head and shoulders over everybody like maybe sometimes in the past.
I'd like to see the Lions do good, but I've
got a
the Rams are the tough. I think the Rams are
tough matchup.
I think people forget Baltimore's been blowing teams that we thought were like the best teams, like San Francisco. Everybody thought Miami was a pretty good team. They blew them out. What happened when the Rams played Baltimore just like the week before Baltimore went on that run?
Yep.
Baltimore won the game in overtime.
Yep.
So I mean, the Rams are a good team. They've kind of went under the radar some because you had Stafford hurt a little bit earlier in the season. They got off to that slow start.
Had some trouble.
But man,
had Cup hurt. They've had some injuries, and
now they're
healthy at the right time.
They're a dangerous team.
I think they're dangerous. And I tell you what, Texans are a scrappy team. I wouldn't be shocked if the Texans beat Cleveland.
No,
I'm not saying they're going to, but I wouldn't be shocked.
That's why it sucks because the Colts should.
I'm not a Miami Dolphin fan. I hope it beat Kansas City.
I don't think they will, though.
That could be the coldest game in NFL history.
Well, you have the cold, and then I trust Mahomes more than I do too.
Well, you got to.
But yeah, and the cold. I think the cold's going to help. Cold definitely going to help Kansas City. They're more used to it. Miami looks a lot better at home than they have played a lot better at home than what they have on the road. Shouldn't say look, they've played a lot better at home than they have on the road.
But do you think Miami? Well. You think Miami with the running backs they have, especially if the other one's gets healthy? Do you think that they could run the football and stay in the game?
I don't know.
Because Kansas City sometimes runs the football good, and sometimes they don't.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to go. I think Kansas City's going to find a way to win it. But no, it's going to be a good game. If the Dolphins can't run the ball, they're in trouble because they're not going to be able to go in there with that weather and try to throw the ball 50 times and win that game. They're going to have to get their run game going.
And that's a difference right now. Mahomes with a lot more experience than.
But if you look against Buffalo, they got that run game going in the first half, and then second half they have like 17 yards rushing or something. I mean, they couldn't run the ball at all in the second half.
Well, then they got to a point where they weren't trying to run. He kind of gave up on it pretty quick. Yeah, Tua just don't have the experience that Mahomes has. Mahomes will find the way to win games, even in bad weather, or even if he's not playing well, he'll make a play to win a game. I don't know if Tua is that quarterback yet to make the play, make a play to win the game.
And that's what we've seen with Allen last weekend against the Dolphins. He made plays that put their team in a hole.
Yep.
I mean, you had 4 or 3 possessions there that turnovers and their side of the field killed you. You didn't get no points, but 3rd and 13, he plays a busted play. He gets outside, runs through a tackle, gets the first down. They go down and score. So I mean,
yeah, Buffalo I worry about a little bit. I think they could be a dangerous team, but man, they got a lot of injuries on defense.
Defense played real well the other night.
They did, but they do have a lot of.
One thing that I think helps Buffalo is that they've basically been in the playoffs playoff mode for the last 5 weeks.
At least, yeah.
Because I mean, if they would have lost any of these last 3 or 4 games, they were out. So I think that helps. I think that brings your team, even brings your team a little closer together too. But yeah, they are banged up.
And Diggs hadn't been playing well. Had a good game last week, and could be a good sign because they need him. They need Diggs.
No, I agree. All right, NBA tonight. I only want 3 games. I'm gonna go with the Bucks at the -2 at home against the Boston Celtics. We'll go with the New York Knicks at the -3.5 on the road against the Dallas Mavericks. And then, I only had 2 games for the NBA. Excuse me. The other game there was a college basketball game. So I got the Bucks at the -2 and the Knicks at the -3.5.
I didn't do any NBA tonight. I told you I've been struggling. I went 1-on-1 and a push. I decided to take a night off from NBA.
Giving up.
I went with 4 college games. I'm gonna try college. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna give it a day or 2 off. Then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna reevaluate.
Go reevaluate in 2 weeks. That's like an NBA injured NBA player.
Yep.
We're evaluating in a couple weeks.
Yeah, who is that going to reevaluate?
Halliburton.
Halliburton. No, I'll reevaluate. When Halliburton comes back, I'll reevaluate them.
I thought you was going to say you're going to be out till Halliburton comes back. I'm like,
that could be.
Who knows?
That could be 5-6 weeks.
Just because the Indiana guy gets hurt, don't mean you have to give up on the NBA. Come on now. But all right, college basketball. Only went with 1 game. I didn't like it, many of the games. I'm taking Illinois at the -2.5 against Michigan at home against Michigan State in a Big Ten matchup. That's the only game that I went with.
Yeah, I've got 4 college basketball games. I got New Hampshire +3 at Maine. I got Appalachian State -8.5 at Coastal Carolina. I got Southern Alabama at James Madison. I'll take James Madison -12.5. And I got Stony Brook at Townsend. I'll take Townsend at -4.5.
All right, then hockey tonight. Which I think I've done decent in hockey. I had to do decent because I was 7-3, but I can't remember.
I went 2-1. Of course, Vegas.
Oh, I went 3-0 in hockey last night.
You went with Colorado over Vegas.
I had the Flyers, the Stars, and Avalanche. They all 3-1.
Yeah, I'm picking against my team.
Because every time I pick them, they lose.
Well, I picked them and they lost.
So I picked against them. NBA, I was 3-1 last night. College basketball is 1-2.
See, Glenn's going the same route as me. He's staying away from the NBA till the next Pacers home game.
Damn it, Glenn! Don't encourage him. or hockey tonight. Sabres. I'm taking the Sabres at home on the money line. The Canadians at home on the money line against the Sharks. Oilers on the money line on the road at the Red Wings, and the Rangers on the money line on the road at the Blues.
Yeah. My NHL for tonight, I got Anaheim at Carolina. I'll take Carolina money line. I got Chicago at Winnipeg. I got Winnipeg money line. And then I got the New York Rangers money line at the St. Louis Blues.
All right, that's about all. That's all the games for tonight.
But we got I'm looking forward to the playoff games this weekend. It's gonna be cold. I'm staying my ass in the house. And I think the high Sunday and Monday is gonna be like 5 degrees. So
I won't be getting out too much. My body can't. My body can't handle it. Once it gets much colder than what it's been here lately, I start shaking. As soon as I walk outside, my muscles just ain't a mix.
man, that wind was blowing last night. We had to go outside and get carts at work.
Oh man, that wind was wicked last night.
I know. It was cold.
All right. Well, you got anything else before we get out of here?
No, I think I'm good to go. Excited for the playoffs for this weekend. I wish we could fast forward to March Madness. Let's take college basketball and let's go March Madness right now. Because I've just got to the point with college basketball. That's all I really care about.
Well, plus, if you get to March Madness, you know what that means too. Baseball.
True.
Baseball's right around the corner. So that's always nice.
We're optimistic about those Reds.
When you get to March Madness, that's always nice because you get baseball's about ready to start back up.
I think you need to write a letter to the Reds and talk to them. They need to take a chance on that former baseball player, that pitcher they had. Take a chance. Have some guts. Take a chance.
I agree. They're not. Don't look like anybody's going to. I can't believe it. I thought for sure at least somebody would give him a chance. Glenn said fast forward to February 13th. Is that when he's going to NXT and all that?
Probably all that. Yeah, I bet. I think so.
I remember.
You're gonna have a big Valentine's party down in Florida. Hey, Glenn, what do you think of that? What do you think of Oba Fema? What do you think of that guy? Won the North American Championship, man. Have you checked that out at all? He's a beast, man.
No, I haven't yet, but like everybody's saying about Sirianni on the hot seat, I've been hearing this all day. That if McCarthy don't make it to the Super Bowl, would the Cowboys fire McCarthy to get Belichick? McCarthy's won 12 games the last 3 seasons.
Well, but we did talk yesterday. If that was to lose to Green Bay, I think McCartney's on hot seat.
I do, but
just because I think they're a lot better team than Green Bay at this point.
Yeah, they should beat Green Bay, but you know what I mean? Though it's I think fans get spoiled because look, you know how many teams would love to be winning 12 games a season.
Hey, how long did the Colts do that? We were spoiled.
Oh yeah.
But I think we're heading in the right direction. I think our Reds are heading in the right direction.
But there was a long time before we got spoiled that we wasn't very good.
No, that's true.
We had some times. I mean, we had a couple good years there with Harbaugh where we made the AFC Championship game and was close.
I think we got to be careful. We weren't expecting a whole lot with the Reds this year. They
done good.
We didn't expect a whole lot with the Colts, and they did pretty good. I don't want to go in with big high expectations and then crap to bed. But my expectation for the Reds next year is to be in the playoffs. That's what I'd like to see. Make the playoffs. I'm not saying World Series yet. I mean, but if you get in the playoffs with baseball, you got a chance.
Yeah, you never know.
Look at Arizona.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Never know, especially in baseball.
Yep.
You get in the playoffs, and a couple of your starting pitchers get hot and go on a run. You can go a long way, and a long way in the playoffs.
And the thing also with baseball and the starting pitching, a guy can have a real good year one season, come back the next season, he's not the same guy. You just don't know for whatever reasons.
No, I agree. But we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like, follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all Gonzo Sports Room as well. If you missed the Gonzo's Wrestling Room on Monday, go check it out. We'll be back tomorrow right around 3 o'clock with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. We'll give out our picks for tomorrow's games and NFL playoff games for over the weekend. I think there's a UFC fight night or something
fight night
this weekend as well. So I might check that out, see what fights are on there. Might have a pick or two for that. But I do know a lot of good football games this weekend. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So we'll give out our picks for those. But hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.